In some parallel universe, you can hit a man 300 times, he wraps his legs around your head for 8 seconds, and they call him the winner. On the streets of Westland, Oregon, that is not the rules. I am the middleweight champion. I defended my championship tonight for the first time, and I am willing to give Anderson a shot at the true belt, the linear belt, the people's belt, from the best damn middleweight there's ever been.
Anderson Silva is easily the most unpopular fighter in this company.
I had a suspension, I got another suspension, and all the suspensions, all the red tape is in the past. It's all behind me.
Does it feel as though a weight has been lifted off your shoulders here?
If you're a professional athlete, you don't have the right to complain about anything. You know, and I hear these guys come out and they're crying and they're whining and it's poor me. And I've always thought, what a wonderful world you must live in if that is a big deal. You know, with all the things that are going on and the adversity that a person has to face, and you've got to learn to deal with that stuff. And you know, just because you get a little negative press or you end up in a little red tape here or there, you got to know how to deal with that if you're going to get anything done in this world. I can't imagine. I mean, I watch just average folks have bigger problems with a day being a good husband or being a good father. Look, I'm a professional athlete. I'm not entitled to do that. I have an opportunity to do it. It's a luxury, and nobody owes that to me. And I've never felt like a victim in this whole thing. It was a nuisance, but that's where it ends. There's this dirtbag named Anderson Silva.
When Anderson Silva walks into a room, you could hear a rat piss on cotton.
I don't want to fight Anderson. I want to beat him down. I want to destroy Anderson.
He's got what I want, and envy keeps me up at night. Can we just be fair and say that? He's got 12 pounds of gold, and I want it.
That's the difference with me and Nate. He really wants to get that fight. Go fight him. But when you're done playing around, they'll call me.
People tell me he's a great fighter. I say, really? When did you see him fight? Because I haven't seen him fight.
A lot of that moving, or what you refer to as clowning, is what he uses for a setup.
He can go dance and be the Michael Jackson of MMA like he likes to do.
He's got a black belt under the Nogueira brothers. Yeah. I think a black belt under the Nogueira brothers is saying I got a free toy in my Happy Meal.
Well, Anderson's a fraud. He's a liar, and he's a thief. This guy's not from a bowing culture. You bow in Brazil, they'll hit you over the head and take your wallet out of your pocket. He beat up a math teacher. He beat up a slow and unathletic light heavyweight, a couple of them.
I beat every champion there's ever been except one.
He fought everybody in the world that wasn't named Chael Sonnen.
I stand here on my own free will. I stand here because I beat every middleweight they got in my way. Anderson's here because Dana White's making him.
His running is done. His 15 minutes of fame are up.
We don't have to fight. I issued him in writing. I sent it over my demands.
He leave the UFC for no less than 12 months. He issue an apology to the fans. Simple things. And he erect a statue in my likeness in his living room that he bowed to each evening.
He didn't accept them.
Who cares how he leaves? Just go. He's been threatening to go for a long time. Nobody cares. We're ready to see him leave. He's a nuisance. He's annoying, and he doesn't have any fans.
I've heard of you. Now, I didn't know I'd ever meet you, but ladies and gentlemen, this is Anderson Silva's fan. I heard that he had one.
People say, do you want to fight the best Anderson Silva? I don't care if it's the best Anderson or the worst Anderson. I'm going to beat either Anderson.
I'm going to put him on his prissy little ass. I'd light up a big old mouth cannon, and I'd walk away laughing.
Who's the better one?
CP. Your ace. Your guy.
This guy.
Ace of hearts.
This isn't a fight that's going to be tit for tat.
This isn't a war. We're not going to go out and battle each other.
This is going to be a one-sided pounding, and I'm swinging the hammer.
Chael Sonnen, it's good to see you.
It's good to be seen. For media attention, but not for reality. Vanderlei's never in a million years going to sign to fight me. I don't think he beats Chris Lieben tomorrow. Look, Vanderlei Silva has the worst record in the history of the UFC. Not just Zuffa owned. Take it back to the SCG days. There has never been a fighter to have 2 wins and 7 losses and to stay employed in this company. I believe he will be 2-8 tomorrow night. So I can't imagine how he could get on the docket with me. So no, I don't think Vanderlei's paths are going to cross.
We spoke to Vanderlei on Wednesday, and we asked him about you, and he said that, obviously not a big fan of yours, he said that he wants you next, and when you do meet, his quote was, "He will kill you and he will kill you fast." I'm wondering if you saw that interview and what do you think of him saying that?
Vanderlei, you are an immigrant from Brazil. I am a gangster from America. Are you sure you want to play that game with me? Listen, Vanderlei, I will do a home invasion on you. I will cut the power to your house, and the next thing you hear will be me climbing up your stairs in a pair of night vision goggles I bought in the back of Soldier of Fortune magazine. I'll pick the lock to the master room door, take a picture of you in bed with the Nogueira brothers working on your jiu-jitsu. I'll take said photograph, post it at www.dorksfrombrazil.com. Password, not required. Username, not required. That, Vanderlei, is how you threaten somebody, dummy. Here's what all that needs to be done with Vanderlei. It's as simple as this. Take a contract that says Vanderlei versus Chael Sonnen and have him sign that with your cameras rolling. He won't do it. Wouldn't fight Brian Stan, wouldn't fight Vitor Belfort, barely agreed to fight Chris Lieben, and he loves to talk tough, and I understand it, and we're in that business. But if we're being fair, take him a contract that puts him opposite of me, put a pen in his hand, roll the camera, and he will not sign it.
Why not?
Because he's scared and he sucks. This guy's delusional. This guy thinks his 22 wins in Japan were real. With a referee with an earpiece. Look, Vanderlei, you didn't win those fights in Japan. You had one fight in Japan, dummy. It was with Charles Crazy Horse Bennett and you got knocked out. But then again, when you got a guy so delusional that he really thinks he won those fights in Japan, nobody's like let him in on the gag. Hey Vanderlei, you didn't really win those. When you get a guy that delusional,
What do you mean by that? That he didn't win?
you know good and well what I mean by that. You know good and well, Era. You answer that question. Vanderlei's going to go 22 straight wins in Japan and he can't win 2 straight in America. Mirko Cro Cop's going to win all those fights in Japan. He can't beat anybody in America. Fedor's going to win all those fights in Japan and he's 3-2 in America. And one of those wins is over a guy that was flipping tires at Sam's Club the month before. Who's the latest guy? Yamamoto. Kid Yamamoto. 10 years they told us this is the greatest featherweight to ever live. He can't win a round in the UFC, let alone a fight. The only fighter to ever, from Japan, the only Japanese fighter to ever cut it in the US is Yushin Okami, and he's the only fighter to never go through the Japanese circuit. The Japanese circuit is fake. It's always been fake. None of those guys won those fights. They never won those fights. Vanderlei Silva, 22-0. Mirko Cro Cop, one leg cemetery, one leg, whatever. Well, what happened, Mirko? What happened to your legs? Nothing happened. The referee's not wearing an earpiece. The promoter didn't come in the back and tell your opponent when to go down. That's what happened. I lost my motivation. No, you didn't. You suck. You suck just like Fedor sucks. You suck just like Vanderlei sucks. Big difference when that referee's real, isn't it, Arrow?